Sandra, you brought in a topic that this show keeps circling back to over and over again, and that's outer body experiences. So, Cassandra, what angle do you want to explore tonight regarding OBEs, and what draws you into the OBE world? The floor is yours.
Okay. I just want to dive into I guess if you've never done it before and you want to start doing it, just because I've never done it, but it got me really onto it was like you having the Alchemist and Bam and Corey on, and I'm just like, wow, these guys are amazing and they're very knowledgeable and sweet human beings. I mean, they're telling you what's coming from their heart, and they just let you know that there is something else out there and that we aren't just our physical bodies. We're more than that. And that really got me excited.
Absolutely. Now, yeah, Kristina, what are your thoughts about the OBE situation?
Oh my gosh. Well,
where do I start, right?
Where do I start? Yeah, I'm absolutely fascinated. We've heard the term astral projection like back in the day, right? You hear these things. Never put two things together, never knew what it was about. And then early on this year, came across when all of this kind of started popping up all over, kept hearing about gateway, gateway, gateway. And I've never meditated, never did anything. And so I was like, okay, let's give this a shot. I don't even know what this is. I knew something about CIA had invested a resource into finding out more about it. And so I threw on the first tape, got to the resonant tuning, if you know, you know, right? If you've done the tapes. And I just I shut it off and stopped it right then and there because I was completely creeped out. I was like, what is this? I never meditated. So having like my eyes closed, thinking like no thoughts to myself, it was very uncomfortable for me. Okay. But I said, you know what? I need to give this a shot. Something inside of me kept saying like, you got to do this. You got to do this. And I feel like a lot of us have that intuition, something just pulling at you or strings to keep going. And so I listened to another one or two tapes and I started vibrating all over my body. And what did I do? I shut it off. And I said, I don't know what this is, but I don't want any part of it. So I believe sometimes the less you know, the less expectation there is. And for some reason, things just work out easier that way, you know? And I feel like I was stepping into it kind of naturally. Things were just happening. I woke up one night and essentially half of me was out. And then woke up another night and was half in, half out, floating. But I shut it all down. And I just wasn't ready. And then I delved in deeper, actually learning about it, started reading books, just book after book after book, techniques, etc. What is this? What's going on? What are the theories around it? Everything from Tom Campbell, right, Monroe, Graham Nichols, just all over everything. And I think the more I learned, the more it's kind of shut down, which is, you know, I mean, I don't know, to each their own, but I think it becomes more about techniques and less about the natural ability that we all have. And so I still meditate every day. That's the one thing that I've kept because not necessarily to go out of body, but because it's the most relaxed, clear-minded, in a waking state I'd ever been in my entire life. And so I do that every day, at least 30 minutes. It's completely enjoyable and relaxing. And so I guess that's where I'm at with OBEs. So still, I'm trying. I started trying again, actually doing like a wake back to bed method. And I'm a scaredy cat. I think a lot of us are. And I think it's all in little baby steps. So little things here and there. And I'm going to get there one day. I think we all will if we put our mind to it.